Perfect. Awesome. There we go. Hello everyone, my name is Namek and welcome to tonight's stream. How's everyone doing? It is Tuesday, and you know what? Deltarune is coming out tomorrow. Hard to believe it, isn't it? I am excited for it, and I will not be playing it this weekend because one, I did promise Defect that I am going to finish the Five Nights at Wario series first, and then I did promise Seabest to play, whatchamacallit, I did promise Seabest that I would be playing, what was the other one? Terraria. That's right, that one first. Hey Banana, I see you. Welcome. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. Start of summer. Hopefully it's not getting too hot. It is around 85 degrees here in my town in Texas. And it is just starting to get warm. Slowly getting used to it. It's fine. But eventually, it's going to get up to the 95 to 100 degrees. The past year, I believe, it went all the way up to like 110 for us, which is quite rare. We're not Arizona. We're not in the desert, so global warming. Hey, Zaki, glad you can make it, buddy. How's it doing? How are you? How are you? Oh, quick update, guys. Tomorrow, I will be trying out doing streaming and chatting tomorrow on my technically new setup. I'll give you guys a preview. Take a look at this. It's not much. Don't expect too much, by the way. There you go. There's my camera all messed up with my stovetop. So I can actually just reach into my stove like this. Here, let me put it back up just in case you guys didn't see it. There you go. I can literally reach a stovetop while also reaching for my keyboard. I think this will make a pretty interesting way of cooking. That way, because I've seen a lot of cooking stream, and while they cook, the issue is that they can't exactly focus on the chat. And because I am more of a chatting streamer, I'd rather be able to maybe cook with one hand while chatting with you guys while also looking at the screen. This will make a pretty interesting stream. And because of that, I will not be cooking anything too complicated. So, salmon, steak, chicken, probably my favorite, pork chop, just some stuff. So that way I could at least legitimize myself as, hey, this guy actually cooks. Even though you guys can follow along, it's not complicated, and I will not be using any sort of magical ingredients or anything like that. But yes, welcome. I was gonna say that tonight I think I'm gonna do something a little bit different, and that is actually taking a quiz. I hope you guys are interested because I am gonna try and I discussed this with, I think, Kira, one of my mods, and what's fun about it is that she was asking me about the citizenship test, and now that I think about it, I did not study for that test, so I only got 3 questions on my interview. So I was thinking, maybe I can actually take all of the citizenship tests on here live. Let's see how much I get and see how much you guys get. It'll be kind of fun, you know? Hopefully you guys can do better than me. After all, it's been a very long time since I've been in school. As a 34 years old. And not to mention, I've only became citizen last year. Only my mom studied and she aced it as well. Although her English is not as good as mine. She did try, I think she did look at the questions on YouTube. She said pretty much all the questions for the US citizenship test are pretty much on YouTube, and it's about 100 questions. So when I heard about that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've always been pretty good at 2 subjects. Math, obviously, and the second one was actually history. It's just memorization. So let's see how good you guys can do. Oh, and before that, I did get a video recommendation from one of y'all. And this one by Chris. Delta versus Insanity. Tempest is asking me, have I ever watched the Insidious movie? I do have it, believe it or not. Oh man, one of these days I should show you guys my my collection of movies, and Insidious is actually one of them. And what was it? It was that mask. I think in one of the movies on the trailer, it was the one with the very red face mask, kind of looking like Darth Maul. Why do you ask, Tempest? Is that one of your favorite series? Just curious. There was and then it prompted me to look at another movie, which is I forgot the name of that movie, but it's called, the bad guy is called Bughuul movie. There we go, Sinister. Sinister. The first one I heard was really good. Bughuul, Sinister. Yes. Sinister. Insidious 2. God damn it. You know what? I'm getting a little bit of chills. I don't like this. I don't like scary. Yes, it's, yeah. So is it this one? Chapter 2? Tempest? This is the one that freaked me out when I first saw it, with the eyes and stuff. And I know that this is what is it? She and another girl, Maggie Gyllenhaal, or excuse me, this guy and Maggie Gyllenhaal are like, whatchamacallit, detectives. They go into hauntings and try and lift the curse or something, I believe. I think they did say Insidious 2 was actually the scariest. What was it? Again, I am familiar, but I do not know anything. Now, looking purely at this image, it looks just kind of goofy. Like a skit from, I don't know, Sesame Street. But I don't know. Trust me, if I start watching these horror films, I can only watch it in my house with the lights on, okay? And I can only watch it like maybe 10, 15 minutes at a time, settle down, and then watch another 5 minutes. If scary parts are coming up, then I'll take a breath. I'll probably pause the movie just to, you know, just to catch my breath. That's how anxious I am. Insidious 2 has way more jump scares and have a better story than the first one. I don't doubt you. I have not seen any of this, but I do know that... See, this guy right here, isn't he one of the detectives? What is it? The Conjuring. That's right. I've seen this one. I've seen this one because I didn't have a choice. I lost a bet against my friend. See, here you go. Here they are, the detectives. And I lost a bet, and my friend said, you have to come and see this movie with us. Damn it. And they picked a really good date because it was not during like the opening day, nor was it so the theater was not crowded. It was mainly just us. So the movie theater felt very crowded. And they forced me to sit in particular seats in the middle, and my friends sit either right beside me and behind me, never in front of me. And they know how much I am scared of these kind of movies. And boy, I still remember I curled up in my seat like this, covering my eyes, and I just couldn't take it. I did not order any food because I did not have the stomach or the appetite for it. But this is one of my nightmares. Something about these kind of movies that just scares me, which is kind of like, what do you call it? Possession, something to do with religion, demonic possession, humans doing evil stuff, psychological torture, psychological horror. That's what does it for me. But I heard that this is kind of like running out of steam. I remember this movie, The Nun, coming out and people were making fun of it. I don't know about Annabelle. Looks like the doll thing. But I heard that 2 was probably the best. Or excuse me, The Conjuring is technically still the best. Yeah, this. Anyways. Please don't recommend me watching these movies. I can't do it. I can't do it. Please. I can't do it. I remember this scene. I did not like it. And I still have vague memories. I don't remember much about the movie, but I do remember the feeling of me curling up and trying to look away and grabbing onto the seat. It was a mess. It's like being on on a roller coaster, except instead of lasting for a couple minutes, it's like 1.5, almost 2 hours or something like that. I did not enjoy it one bit. Not saying the film is bad, it's just I don't like getting scared, especially in the movie theater. Anyways, Sinister, this one actually intrigued me. This is one of those movies that I thought was interesting because just based purely on the plot, you know. And it's just something about horror movies that, although I don't enjoy watching because I don't like to get scared, but I definitely am one of those people that just, like Ethan Hawke here, just bring out the paperwork, trying to figure out what is going on, what's the plot here, like a puzzle. And I know I should have just left it alone. And it did surprise me. And yes, I did one of those watching it by every 5-10 minutes things, okay? That's the only way. And I watched it at home. Never gonna watch these kind of movies in a theater. Alright. So, let's do this. I want to see how smart you guys are. You guys are welcome to type your answer in the chat, how good you guys are at the American citizenship. Yes. Shouldn't be too bad, is it? Which one of this? Practice? Alright, so for any of you who are trying to take the test, feel free to take it with me. Let's see how good I am with American history. Alright. Test and answer. One easy answer. Okay. This looks like... Well, this one looks legit. It says U.S. Citizen Help Guide. And it's 22 minutes long. Has the questions and answers. So, let's do this! And now you're plugging me a Spanish ad. Okay. This civics test helped many immigrants apply. You might be, Tempest. You might be. Sorry. It's a slow day. But thanks for coming in.
On this civics test video,
the only thing I don't like about this already is the damn stupid ass AI voice.
Applicants passed their naturalization interviews, so we updated it for this year, 2025.
You better. I mean, I don't think they updated it at all.
Help knowing the names of your state's U.S. senators.
Senator, Texas, Ted Cruz, Governor, Greg Abbott. I don't know those local representative because I don't want to give my location away.
Representative of the civics test, please send us a message below this video.
Let's do this.
Hello everyone, it's an honor to practice with you the 100 civics test questions.
Hey, what's poppin', Dust? Tonight I'm doing something a little bit different, which is I'm gonna see how good I am at passing the US immigration test. A few days ago, I talked about my immigration status, and I passed the test with relatively ease, except the test was only 3 questions. So in this session, I thought, well, how about I just do it in one session, all the tests. I know it's about 100 questions, and I want to see how good I am at passing this test compared to, say, you guys or anyone who is watching. So feel free to join. Feel free to make fun of how good or how bad I do. And I did not study for the citizenship test, by the way. I thought the questions were kind of ridiculous. Fine. Okay. Official 100 civics test.
What is the name of the President of the United States now?
Really? I'm pretty sure you guys know. Alright. Let me turn this off just a little bit. Turn this up just a little bit more. Who is the President of the United States? You're cooked, Dust? You don't even know this question? Huh? You should know this one. This is actually a quiz, a question on the American test, immigration test. What is the name of the current president of the United States? Donald J. Trump. Anything else? And at least I got to have someone to look at.
Trump.
There you go, guys. You got it. We got one. We got one. What is the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Speaker. That's pretty easy for me. Guy's name is Mike Johnson.
What's the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now?
Mike Johnson. Dolan Trumper.
Mike
No
Johnson.
worries. Okay, 2 down.
Name one right only for United States.
Name one right only for United States citizenships. United States citizens. One right. Freedom of speech. Huh. Name one right only for United States citizens. One right for American citizen. Okay, this is on. Okay, I can top this one. The right to vote. That's pretty easy. Immigrants cannot do it. Only for United States citizens. I guess collect social securities, I guess. But voting is probably the easiest one.
Citizens.
This one almost got me. Nah, not
Vote
really.
in a federal election.
There you go.
What is the political party of the president now?
Some question actually made me think a bit. And I can understand if you're not into politics, you might not know who the Speaker of the House is. But seriously, who is the political party of the president now? Really? Republican.
The Republican Party.
What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now?
Some of these questions are just absolutely bonkers to me on how you do not know this. Oh, God. Yes, J.D. Vance. This guy, this test is making me feeling like I'm an idiot. Like, you should know this if you're in America, right?
J.D. Vance.
Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
13 stripes. Okay. Huh. If you're not an American citizen, you might not know this. So our flag, 13 stripes and 50 stars. I know the stars represents the states. The stripes. It's been a while. 13 stripes. 13 original colonies? Please be right.
Because there were 13 original colonies.
There you go. You don't need to be American, Dust, but if you ever do, just memorize these questions and you're done. At this point, I should count how many I get wrong. I should be able to get an A. 90 out of 100, please. Otherwise, it would be kind of embarrassing for me.
Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the federal government. What is one power of the federal government?
One power of the federal government. Collect tax. Rob the people from their properties. Eminent domain. Piss people off, I guess. Make laws. Federal government, you're talking about everything. Military. I obviously cannot start my own military.
To print money.
Well, that's one. Yes, I know that. I don't think I got it wrong. What is one power? So they only gave me one answer right here. So I know that, you know, federal government collect tax. No one can do it.
What happened at the Constitutional Convention?
Oh, fuck. Oh, crap. What happened at the Constitutional Convention? And by the way, if you take this U.S. citizenship, if you don't know it, they actually, like, if you want to just say, hey, I don't want this question, they'll be like, okay, skip the next one. I don't know what happened at the Constitutional Convention. I'm feeling that it's really easy. I just forgot what it is. I don't know what the Constitution... Fuck, this is embarrassing. How about what happened to the Constitution? I'm gonna say the Constitution gets ratified, so passed. Stop looking at me like that.
The Constitution was written.
Okay, ratified, written. There you go. Is that correct? There you go.
Who does a U.S. Senator represent?
Senator, state. That's easy.
All people of the state.
Okay, there we go.
How many amendments does the Constitution have?
How many amendments? I think it's like... I know it's in the 20th. I think it's like 24 or 27. Shit! This one should be pretty easy. It's either 24 or 27. I'm gonna go with 27. It's been a long time. This is like middle school history stuff.
27.
Yes!
When do we celebrate Independence Day?
July 4th. Some of these questions are super easy. Some of
July
them
4.
I actually have to remember some of it.
Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s.
Easiest one would be the Civil War. Definitely. Civil War. Easy. There we go.
Civil War.
I mean, there are other wars, but Civil War is pretty
The
easy.
Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers.
Well, can you give me all of them, or is it just going to be give me one writer? Federalist Paper supported passage of the U.S. Constitution. One of the people who wrote passage of the U.S. Constitution. I want to say Thomas Jefferson. I want to say Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, Cold War is in the 90s. Sorry, 1900s. Yep. I want to say Thomas Jefferson just because I kind of forgot that. Who wrote it? Thomas Jefferson. Please be right.
James Madison.
Okay. That's not one of them. I did not say James Madison. Federalist Paper, one of the writers. Okay, writers of the Constitution. Hamilton, James Madison, there you go. Thomas Jefferson is not on here. Fuck, there we go. Okay, god damn it. I got this one wrong. I got one wrong. I got one wrong. Alright, fine. Damn it.
Name one U.S. territory.
This is easy. It's soon to be Canada. Just kidding. U.S. Virgin Island. That's easy. Guam. U.S. Virgin Island's pretty easy.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah. I don't need to check this one. I know U.S. Virgin Island is one of them.
When was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
1776. 1776.
July 4, 1776.
Yeah, that's fine.
Name one problem that led to the Civil War.
A lot of problems, but it's probably safe to say slavery. Help! Hell of an ad.
Slavery.
Glad I got that one right. I got one wrong.
Who signs bills to become laws?
Hang on. One wrong. I'll just keep it at that. This might be two. Who signs bills to become laws? 3 branches. Executive. So the president? Yeah. To become laws. Signs bill to become laws. Let's see. Fuck. Congress writes the bill. Executive. House writes the bill. Senate approves, approves it, and then the president signs it, I think. I think it's the president. I think.
The president.
Yes. There you go.
Before he was president, Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in?
This one could give people a dupe, but I kind of understand. If you're not a U.S. if you're from the foreign, because he's a general, and he's not the president at the time, and people wouldn't know him as much, but he was president. But what war was he in? It's pretty easy. World War II. And World War II president was FDR.
World War II.
Yes.
How old do citizens have to be to vote for president?
18. Probably should bump that number up.
18 and older.
Still can't even buy liquor at that
What
age.
is the supreme law of the land?
The supreme law of the land? The U.S. Constitution? It's either the U.S. Constitution or the Bill of Rights. Supreme law of the land. I'm going to say U.S. Constitution.
The
Here we go.
Constitution.
Bill of Rights is just the top 10. Is the first 10.
We elect a U.S. representative for how many years?
U.S. Rep? Huh. President is every 4 years. Senate is 6. U.S. Senate, I believe it's like 2? Yes.
2.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
What are 2 ways that Americans can participate in their democracy?
Participate in their democracy. You can vote, or you can protest. That's pretty easy.
Vote. Join a civic group.
Well, at least I got one right. I give myself half a point on
There
that.
are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them.
Ooh, this one's easy. You know how I remember this one? 19th Amendment. Woman gets to vote. And because 1 and 9, if you combine them, it looks like a head with 2 bangs. So there you go. That's one of the easiest one that I can remember.
Citizens 18 and older can vote.
Well, yes. But woman can vote in Amendment 19. I know that. Or
Who is in charge of the executive branch?
executive branch? You mean the president? And we got a long ways to go.
The president.
15 questions down.
What is one reason colonists came to America?
One reason people came to America. Huh. Why did they cave? To escape tax? From the UK? Freedom? What's up, short guy? Taking the US citizenship right now, even though I am already a US citizen. I currently got one question wrong. But so far so good. As long as I get a 90 or above, I can hold my head high. Tyler, the Creator? What's that? Who's that? Rapper? Unfortunately, I don't have any opinions on rappers because I don't really listen to rap. So, no comment on that. Sure, he's a good guy. I'm sure his music is wonderful. No comment. It's like you might as well ask me who, I don't know, Ellie Bellish is. I know who she is, but I never listened to any of her music. Sorry. Connor, what's up, man?
Religious freedom.
Shit. Oh, I did say freedom. I got it. So I said freedom.
Religious freedom.
Okay, I got it. What's up, Connor? Yeah, you gotta understand, Shirt. It's because I have very hard... It's not that I don't like rap. It's like, it's because, it's not... That's not the best way for me to describe it. It's because rap is too fast for me to understand. When people talk fast, I can't understand it. So if you guys listen to any sort of rap music, it's always has some kind of beat, right? And then they also have to rhyme the last words with the last words of, you know, kind of like poem. So I'm impressed by people who can rap, especially the one who can spit bricks, spit fire, whatever you want to call those, you know, roasting sessions. But they just do it really fast to the point where I have trouble understanding them. So if I do listen to rap, I more or less 90% like listen to the beat rather than the words. And I don't think that's what rap is about, right? So that's why I just have a comprehension deficiency when it comes to listening to anything that sings too fast. So, and I don't know, I know, and I want to ask you a question. Do you consider rapping singing? I certainly do consider rap part of the music industry, but I don't know if I consider rapping to singing. But yeah. What am I searching in incognito mode? Well, because it's, I'm a streamer and I like to keep everything private as much as I can, even though I am letting everyone going on my Discord to do voice chat with me. But it's just for my own safety, because if some people might see my recommendations, some people might see my subscriptions, they can make weird or false assumptions about me. So it's better to sign in incognito mode, not to mention, other accounts like bank accounts, Amazon account. Not that you get anything out of there, because I'm kind of broke for a reason. A type of singing? I mean, I can rap, but I can't sing. Like, your vocal cords and stuff, Connor. And Connor, don't worry about it. I certainly, right now, I got one wrong. But you'd have no idea. I mean, you don't need to be a U.S. citizenship. But some of these are ridiculously easy questions. Like, one of them was, who is the current president of the United States? If you don't know that, then you have no business being in this country if you don't even know that. All right, I have, let's see, a few more to go.
Two major political parties in the United States.
Democrat and Republican. That's easy. I think rap is better than singing because you get the meaning and references in the lyrics so fast. The more you replay the song, the more you understand. So it's kind of like a puzzle, Okay. Or if I know you might ask me like what kind of what music I'm into. I do like hip hop, but I am more. You might find this really weird, but I like instrumental music, like piano, violins, and a couple of other instruments from my old country, my motherland, China, like the zither and stuff, because it has no lyrics. So it's whatever you want it to be. So I prefer those kind of music than anything else. Tunes, which is why if I show you my music folder, like 80% of it is like either from anime or games, and a lot of it is mostly tunes when I'm, roaming the world or solving a puzzle. It doesn't necessarily have to have songs or lyrics in there. That's it. You said liberal and conservative. I mean, it's not. They're not. There's liberal and conservative basically means that which ideology you lean in towards. But this question is basically which two major political parties, the names that you were in faction with. But yes, what do you guys listen to in China? Just curious. What was this one? The zither. This one. It's like a guitar, but not really, and it's very hard to play. It's played by a lot of ancient Chinese women like these. And then there's hua. Instrument. No, not this one. It's like a guitar. I don't know. Remember how you. Chinese instrument. There we go. There's the pipa. I know. Erhu. That's right. Not hua. It's erhu. There you go. And then the diz, which is kind of like a flute. You can technically kind of see these are guitar, but they're not guitars. I promise. I don't know what this is, to be honest. But zither, the flute. I played this when I was young. It sounds like a flute, but it's a lot more. It's a little bit smaller, and it sounds a little. It's more high pitched. What? People in China are so advanced, like what? Well, first of all, I'm American now. I've only got my American citizenship test, or citizenship last year. I technically still don't have my passport because I haven't officially applied for it, even though I passed it. I'm a U.S. citizen right now. But, yeah, that's why I'm doing this test, because the 3 questions I got asked on my citizenship test was so ridiculously easy. I was just having a conversation with the guy, and I passed without ever studying. So I was like, a few days ago when I was streaming, I was like, oh well, maybe I should see how much I get if I'm gonna take the entire test. And I gotta represent my old race. It's like I need to get an A. So far I got 1 wrong, and I'm about 2/3 of the way through. But to answer your question, Shirt, are we all that advanced? It depends. If you're talking about it now, sure. There are some things that are advanced, but there are some things that are not very advanced. We were the most advanced country back in the old days, and I mean like back in when it was like dynasty and stuff. But trust me, if you ever want to learn Chinese, it is undoubtedly the most overly complex language that you will ever have the pleasure or displeasure of learning, both in speaking terms and in writing. I mean, we have something here called choreography, or excuse me, what is it? Like in America, right? I've never seen a competition for having beautiful handwriting. We have that in China. We had that. We are practicing like one word right here. We would write that for like 100 times and like memorize it into our brain. I even have a hard time writing my own name now. Epic, what's up? Help you? Is a Mandarin or Chinese? They're all Chinese, but trust me, like, here. So, this is China, right? I'm from down here. I'm down here. See how close I am to Vietnam, and Laos, and Thailand? I can literally drive to Vietnam. But we all speak Chinese, but there's something called Shanghainese. I'm sure you know where Shanghai is. And then everyone has their own little dialect. We all speak Chinese, but I cannot understand someone who speaks Shanghainese. But when you're talking about Mandarin, it is like the basics. Everyone understands it, and everyone has some sort of, I would say, accent towards it. They say that I have a southern accent in China. I don't know if that is true. But trust me, there's like Beijing people and people from Chengdu or Sichuan, Fuzhou, Guangzhou. They all have little dialects that sometimes makes it very hard to understand. This is not like I'm in Texas and go up to New York and there's like a New York accent. I can understand New York accents, but it's just very, very, very complex. Why? Because you got to understand, China is a very, very old land, like thousands of years old. And back in the days, there were like a bunch of emperors with different dynasties conquering each other. It was not united like this, okay? So it's like it has a lot of history. Thank God I left before having to learn all that stuff. Whew. Zoop, what's up? Oh shoot, I forgot to turn my stove cam off. There we go, my bad. Zoop, welcome. See Epic. And for Chinese, it's all Chinese. Shirt, it's either Mandarin, which is everyone speaks it, or Cantonese. Those are the 2 basic ones. If you're in Hong Kong, you speak Cantonese. But I cannot understand Cantonese. But people who speak Cantonese can understand me. Like, Mandarin is like the basics of the basics. And Zoop, to answer your question, tomorrow I think I'm going to do a cooking stream, which is a cooking while chatting stream. I think I might even give myself a challenge if I'm good at the game. I'm going to try cook a steak or chicken breast or pork chop while playing game. I think I might give myself a challenge. But I'm just answering my this shirt guy right here on. He seems pretty interested in my old culture. And this is what we're doing tonight, or I'm doing tonight. We're just going through the US citizenship test. So far, I've only got 1 wrong. Can you say my name in Chinese? I could, but it docks it would get doxed. I would get doxed. If you ask me to say something else, I could. You gotta understand, Sherd, I left China when I was just finishing up 2nd grade. And I've been back ever since then. I'm 34 years old, and I've been only back to China for about 4 or 5 times in all that years. So I left China when I was like 8 or 9, and I'm 34. I've been back 4 or 5 times. I can barely speak Chinese, unless it's like on the very basics level. And like if you're telling me what's the word for papaya, I was like, I don't know, the fruit. If you're telling me something a little bit more technical, like real estate, I was like, I don't know what that means. Or like, what's the word for government? I don't know. I don't know how to say it in Chinese. Hui, what's up, man? How are you? It's been a while, huh? Docs? Yeah. To answer your question, Zoop, my name is Colin, but on my US ID, my official name has not been changed. It's still my official Chinese name. So, and because I am a real estate agent, I have to use my real name. Thus, I cannot give out my real name. I don't want to get doxxed. At least not yet. Jock Connor saying it's so hot today, at least for you. Don't know about you. It's pretty hot today. 85 degrees here in Texas. Playing soccer with your friend wasn't even running that much. Feel like as you're gonna die. Dude, it's called, we're getting acclimated, okay? There's that, every time it switches from winter to summer, where I'm used to whether it's like 40, 50 degrees, and it goes up to like 80. Yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time to get acclimated. And then once you get acclimated to like 95 degrees here in Texas, and then it starts getting cold to where it's like 50 degrees, that's where all the cold and sinuses are showing up, you know? Sure to saying your country has final example of China geography, and they talk about some folks called Monsoon Sung Dynasty and Ding Bing. What are those? I don't know if you're trolling, but I've never heard of those. I'm not going to speak, and I'm pretty sure you're just trolling, but that's cool with me. If you're talking about, look, I cannot speak too much about the dynasty part because that is more of a middle school and high school kind of curriculum. I left after 2nd grade. I do not know anything about those things, okay? I don't know about, I heard some stuff, like there's different dynasties in China, like Ming Dynasty. There's the Ming Dynasty, and they have different kinds of clothing that tells you like what era is in. Oh. There you go. Qinglong. Yeah, there you go. Or excuse me, not the Qing. It's the Qing Dynasty. There you go. So see how their clothes are a little bit different. Yeah. There you go. Very different from each other. The emperor's clothes are different. The servants or the officials are different, and the hats they wear, even the hairstyles. So you might get something like this. Hairstyle. Traditional men. Like for example, like these are from Chinese drama, but the hairstyle at least is somewhat romanticized, but it's like that. We don't cut our hair. And then you got the Qing Dynasty, which is basically like this, where it's half bald, and yeah, there you go. The women's the same, but I think women's are not allowed to cut their hair ever at all. If your hair gets cut, it means that you're probably punished, or you're basically a recluse. You're basically like a bang on a stain on society. You do not want your hair to be cut. They wrote it in Arabic. Sorry about the bad spelling. They told us it was communist and one was liberal. I don't know about that, because if you're talking about Chinese dynasties, I don't think they care about whether it's liberal or communism, because it's ruled by literally an emperor. So like, they fought each other for territories. I mean, back in the day, I'm pretty sure it's pretty normal for China to have like 4 or 5 different dynasties. You might as well call them different, countries, but it was all still in China. So, Kira, what's up? How are you? What's going on? Thank you again for coming in. And I was literally just doing a U.S. citizenship test, and so far I've gotten one wrong. So I'm doing pretty well. And then we got my new guy here, Shirt. He's seems to be very interested in my old culture, so I try to share as much as I can with the limited knowledge that I have. So yeah, it went from instruments to dynasties to hairstyles, and I find it pretty interesting. But he was asking me about rap first, and the thing was Chinese poems. Like, I remember these. I cannot explain it to you in plain English because English is very one-dimensional. It's very one-dimensional. There's no vowels or anything. A sounds like A, where like this word could have 4 meanings and 4 pronunciations, for example. So this is why Chinese poem has a very, as complicated and overly complicated Chinese language is, it does have a lot of, like, how do I say it? A depth. Like, I can't explain it to you guys with English, where you guys might think it's haiku, but that's not really Chinese. There's like poems with like 3 words, 4 words, 8 words, and not only do they have to sound symmetrical, but also they have to have a very deep meaning behind it. Sometimes a poem could have 2 meanings or 3 meanings, and trust me, I got out of school before this was on the test, and this bothered the hell out of me. And then you have to write essays on these poems on what do they mean, and what does it mean to you. So, and there's like a lot of poems. I'm sure you guys know the English literature, like Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, all this stuff. We had to memorize not only these tales, but some of these guys. I forgot his name. Li Bai, that's right. He made like, I don't know how many freaking poems, like 100 or something. We had to memorize all a crap ton of it, word by word, every single one. It was just so stressful. This is why in China, if you go to school in China, the school looks like prison. Okay, school, even to this day, outside school building. It looks like prison to me, okay? And I know this picture is a little bit blurry, but there's a reason where there are like bars on the windows and you are not allowed to go on the rooftop. It's so damn strict. You might think it looks like this, but I don't think it's like that. The ones that I've been to. Okay? Everyone wears bloody uniforms. Ugh, hate it. I did not enjoy the school. And also, we sometimes go to school as early as 6 o'clock, maybe even earlier if you're one of those, and we get home at like 8, 9 o'clock sometimes. If you're in high school or you're trying to study for the exams, it's crazy. Seabass, what's up? Oh, you did finish? Kira, you did finish, huh? Well, let me see what it looks like then. Feel free to submit it on the fan art part. I would love to see it again. See it. See if I just switch from Twitch over to YouTube, pretty much. And Cola, hello, what's up? Hello, Crack, what's up? How are you? Good to see you, my man. Last time you were in the stream, quite a number of people came in, and this time you done your magic again. Maybe I should hire you. Maybe I should hire you. I went from taking the U.S. citizenship test, and so far I got 1 wrong, to now talking about what life is kind of like in China. I mean, this all looks really nice, but this is the kind that I was used to. And trust me, this actually looks pretty nice from when I was there. Maybe it got advanced to what it looks like now, but this is what my school kind of looked like these. It's not the nicest, it's just there. That's what I was used to. And don't even get me started on the food. The food was disgusting. You ever seen prison food? It's like a big giant pot of crap, vegetables and pork feet and whatever. Pork snout, just throw it in there. It's like a disgusting soup. My parents never let me eat in the cafeteria because of how bad it was. Full-time job as a good luck charm, pretty much. Freaking love uniforms. Trust me, if you did not come into school with uniforms or the correct uniform, if you're missing like one of those collars, the ribbon collars, you're gonna send home. And I remember in first grade that I was either missing part of my uniform or I was late. It was one of those things. So the teacher made me literally stand in front of the class. And you guys might think that this is not such a big deal if in China, in America. But in China, there's something called public shaming. You know, you do not want to be the odd ones out. Which in America, when I came here, I was in a bit of a culture shock. Which, you know, you have the jocks, you have the class clown. People make fun of people, and grades were not like the standard for being cool. Or in China, it's the opposite. If you were like top of your grade, you were seen like pretty good. You're like, okay, you're the boss. So, and you do not want to be. There's something called conformity. You know, you don't want to be the disruption. This is the opposite between very conservatism in China or in Asia to the Western values of a little bit more liberal. So yeah. Private school, you guys had uniforms? Well, that's different. I went to we didn't have anything called private schools. It's just everything was public. You were the class clown? With a name like that, I'm not exactly surprised. But yeah, you definitely do not want to be here and mess up or be like pissing the teacher off or whatever. You do not do that. If your teacher say 2 + 2 is 5, you just nod your head and go along with it, even though you know the correct answer. Even though you know the teacher is wrong. You do not correct adults, period. Or you will be sent to detention and, bring shame upon your family. You know, it's a different way of life. Yes, of course we can get back to the questions, Connor. My bad. Democratic and
Republican.
I want to see how well you guys do on this.
We elect a president for how many years?
4. It's pretty easy.
4.
What group of people was taken into America and sold as slaves?
I want to say BLAC and K, but I'm just gonna say Africans.
Africans.
What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens?
All right. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizen? Responsibility for U.S. citizen: jerking off, getting obese, celebrate firearms. I don't know if there's a responsibility. I mean, responsibility means you have to do it. I don't think you have to do anything in America. But this is obviously about, I'm gonna guess, vote. Taxes. God damn it. I was gonna think that they're gonna ask me what Fortnite character I use.
Serve on a jury.
Oh, God damn! No. Wait, hold on. What is one responsibility for a United States citizen? I mean, they're only giving one answer, so technically I'm not wrong. I've never been on a jury, though. I've never been on a jury. But if you don't know what a jury is, if someone like has a trial, you need to be one of the people on the jury to, on the stand that says guilty or not guilty and stuff. Fudge. Fine. I'll give this one 2 wrong. You guys will eventually be eligible for jury duty, all of you. I was, and as long as you don't even need to be a citizen. You just need to be a green card, I think. Don't ask me on that. Don't fact check me on that.
What did Susan B. Anthony do?
Fuck! Oh, God. Susan B. Anthony, one of the most important names in woman U.S. history. I'm gonna guess she helped the women's suffrage women's rights to vote. Suffrage, I know it sounds like suffering, but it's not. It's just the right to vote. I'm gonna guess women's suffrage.
Fought for women's rights.
Okay, women's suffrage, women's rights. There you go. I got it.
What do we show loyalty?
You don't know who that is? It's kind of like she's like the MLK, Martin Luther King of women. That's all you really need to know. Your art? Awesome. Hey, you drew this. Yeah, you drew it a few days ago. You showed it to me a few days ago. Now it's finally colored. Wow. Beautiful. That's pretty. I've seen so many whatchamacallit AI arts that it's finally good to see someone, you know, I can see your touch on this. Jinx, I guess that's your artist name. Interesting. Nice, Kira. Heard woman you sleep. All right, let's get back to the questions. Anyways, good job, Kira. I loved it.
Pledge of Allegiance.
What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. Oh shit. We had to do this when I was in school. I pledge allegiance to the flag. There we go. Okay, here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I had to say that every single day in school, I believe. I don't remember doing it in high school though. But we did it in elementary school.
Yes.
Free reign. Damn it. I should have known. What is it? Damn it, you guys have so much more taste than I do. I almost want to... Beyond Journey's End. Is this an anime? Or is this an anime adaptation? Take fans following. Manga series. Okay. Got it. I see. Well, I thought you would recommend me this one, Kira, instead of the Atelier. Oh. Is that right, Connor?
The United States.
You did, Seabass? You did both? Is that right, Kira? Nice.
Who makes federal laws?
Federal laws. The federal government? The federal government makes the laws? Unless you want to count, you want to be a little bit more specific. The House or Representative, they write the laws. Right? I hope, I might get this one wrong.
Congress.
House of Yeah, Congress. There we go. House of Representative, Congress. Yep. And then there's Senate, and then they approve, and then the Congress or House makes the law. The Senate approves it. President signs it. I got it.
What
See ya,
stops
Connor.
one branch of government from becoming too powerful?
What stops one branch of government? Okay, this one's easy. It's called checks and balances. Right? Checks and balances. This one's easy.
Separation.
Ah! How did I get this one wrong?
Of powers.
Hold on. I gotta say, okay, so yes, checks and balances and separation of powers are intrinsically linked in the United States. There you go. It's basically the same thing. I mean, I got this one right. It's the same thing.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers,
You guys can't talk. You can't say that about me. I got this one right. I know it. You have to know this to become citizen. You like 20 times more than the average citizen. I don't know. I don't know how they teach history in U.S. in the school right now. Oh shit. What does the president's cabinet do? Oh, this one's actually got me stumped a little bit. Well, it's hard to say because it depends on what cabinets they are. Like, Secretary of State, Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of Defense. I mean, their names are pretty... Oh, man. Crap. What does the president's cabinets do? They help the president do... They help the president do their duties. It's something to look at, right, Crack? At least there's something to look at. It's better than an AI voice. What does the president's cabinet do? I'm gonna say, he helps the president with the presidential duties. Too symmetrical? Well, Botox helps.
Advises the president.
Fuck. 3 wrong. Fudge. Damn it.
What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen?
To defend the United States from foreign, from threat, both domestic and inward, from foreign and domestic, I think. Loyalty, whatever you want to call it.
Obey the laws of the United States.
No. No way. I mean, what is one promise? I mean, that's one of the promises.
Obey the laws
got
of the
this one
United
right.
States.
That one is right. Shut up, Crack.
The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words?
Idea of self-government. She might be a bot now that I think about it. I don't think so. She looks a little bit more realistic than an AI, but I don't think they're gonna spend that much money on an AI woman on a U.S. citizenship help guide. Self-government in the first 3 words of the Constitution. This one. Okay. We the people. We the people. We the people. We the people. Yeah.
We the people.
Let's see how well you guys do. Seriously.
What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
Bill of Rights.
The Bill of Rights.
What does the judicial branch do?
Executive branch, the president. Judicial branch is the Supreme Court. So, interprets the law. These, like Supreme Court, interprets the law. Reviews laws. Okay,
laws.
there we go. Yep, I got it.
What are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress?
Oh, we piped them both. U.S. Congress is fudge. 2 parts of the U.S. Congress. I should know this. Bullshit, Crack. Bullshit. 2 parts of the U.S. Congress. House and Senate, right? House and Senate. The House and the Senate. This has got to be my brain is fried.
The Senate and House of Representatives.
There we go.
What did the Declaration of Independence do?
Oh, we told the British to fuck off! And we are now a nation of our own. Of course not, Crack. You're a cheater.
Announced our independence from Great Britain.
Yep.
Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military?
U.S. President. That's easy.
The President.
Name one state that borders Canada.
Montana. I'm gonna say Washington as well. That's pretty easy. I believe Michigan is also there. Maine is also another one. That's good enough. One of those 4.
Alaska.
All right. I said Montana. U.S. map. Okay, I said U.S. map first. So there you go, Montana, and there's Canada. Boom. Washington also. There you go. North Dakota, Minnesota, Michigan. Kind of Michigan, unless you count the river, you know, the Great Lakes. But there you go. I got all of that correct. Of course, Alaska.
Why did the colonists fight the British?
They're being a bunch of assholes who wants to tax us. And we told them to fuck off. Tax.
Because they didn't have self-government.
Huh? Why did the colonists fight the British? There's the, you know, the British Tea Party.
Because they didn't have self-government.
No, it was because of tax. Why did colonists... I'm gonna Google this. Why did colonists fight the British? Tax. There you go. Colonists fought the British due to a combination of factors, including taxation without representation, desire for self-government, and the British attempts to exert greater control over colonial affairs. Man, stop staring at me with those eyes. There you go. I got this one right. Why did that was just one of the factors.
Because they didn't have self-government.
Self-government and tax. Okay. Taxation without representation.
What did the Emancipation
Proclamation.
Proclamation do?
Oh my god, this one should be super easy. Fudge. Emancipation Proclamation. It's either you know it or you don't. Of course I've heard of it. I just don't remember what it stands for. Emancipation Proclamation. Emancipation Proclamation. Why is this one eluding me? It's been too long since I've been back in 7th or 8th grade. I want to say Emancipation is proclaiming something. I'm gonna say it proclaims that the U.S. is but that's Declaration of Independence. Proclamation. Proclamation basically means proclaiming, like saying something. Emancipation means freedom. So does that mean that it's saying we are declaring the U.S. is now free from the British? That's what I think. Ayo. Yeah.
Freed the slaves.
Fudge! I was off. Fine. It was supposed to be. It was, I thought it was British. And she was like, of course it's a slave. Fudge. Yes, I am Asian. Thanks, Seabass.
Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States.
Longest river. Mississippi River. They're one of the 2. Mississippi River. Mississippi. There
Mississippi River.
That's 4, guys. There's still a chance I get a 90, but I'm about halfway there. We're
If
close.
both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
I think it's the House. Or excuse me, Speaker. Speaker of... Who is... It's either the Speaker of the... Speaker of the House? Speaker of the Senate? No. Secretary... What is Marco Rubio is? What's his title again? Secretary of State. I want to say Secretary of State.
The Speaker of the House.
Fudge! Oh my god, I was right. 5. Oh my god, I am doing terrible these past few questions.
What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did?
Okay, this one's easy. Free the slaves. Please.
Freed the slaves. Emancipation Proclamation.
Damn it.
Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson. Please be right. Please be right. Please be right. There we go.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thank you.
During the Cold War, what was the main concern of the United States?
Russia. Nuclear war.
Communism.
I mean, I think I got that one right. Russia, communism, and nuclear warfare. Yeah. Come on, crack. Come
Why
on.
does the flag have 50 stars?
That's easy. States, 50 states. I don't even know about that. I got that one right.
Because there is one star for each state.
What are two rights in the Declaration of Independence?
Oh my god. 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence. Well, tests are supposed to be a little bit on the boring side, but it helps me. It brings me back memory lane where I am happy that I am finally out of school. What are the 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence? Well, feel free to name it, guys. 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence. Freedom of oppression, freedom of religion, freedom of government, something like that. The right to self-govern, rights to self-govern.
Liberty. Pursuit of happiness.
Yep. Okay, I got that one.
Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now?
I think his name's Roberts. John Roberts? John Roberts? There we go.
John Roberts.
What ocean is on the west coast of the United States?
Oh, this is basic geography. Pacific Ocean.
Pacific Ocean.
This is what you were hoping for. Stupid questions like this.
What is an amendment?
A law. It's a supreme law, one of the supreme laws of the United States. The supreme law. Law of the United States.
A change to the Constitution.
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed here. Maybe I should stop this before I embarrass myself further. Yo, if I get less than 90, I swear.
What is the highest court in the United States?
Okay, Supreme Court. No need to check on the answer on that one.
The Supreme Court.
I think it's better if I just fastball this. Let's go.
When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms?
You guys who are young probably don't know this, but I know it's in April.
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on Wix.
Shut up with these ads. April.
April 15.
Yep. I got that one right.
Under our Constitution, some powers belong to the states. What is one power of the states?
What can states do? Oh my god. What can one power can states do? Something to do with the... I am kind of stumped. Get an ad blocker. I'm broke. Remember, crack? I can barely afford a $5 game. What can one states do? Eminent domain. Taking over someone's land if they deem appropriate. Belongs to the state. Technically, a state can collect tax. California, for example. U.S. Coast Guards? Maybe? States military? I would say maybe distribute funds to... Okay, I think I know this one. They can technically... I wouldn't say redistribute, but maybe, God, why does this have me stumped so bad? Free ones? Well, then I'll get right on it, crack. One power of the state. National Guards, I guess. Maybe they can do that. They cannot print money, I know that. Set up like different departments, like Department of Education or something like that. I don't know.
Provides schooling
Yes!
and education.
There we go. Perfect. Then there's a no-go, Crack.
Who did the United States fight in World War II?
Japan, Italy, and Germany. Easy.
Japan, Germany, and Italy.
Come on, come on, come on.
Name one state that borders Mexico.
Texas. Why California?
California.
Oh, Texas, duh. Texas.
What movement tried to end racial discrimination?
What movement tried to end racial discrimination? Civil rights movement? Yep.
Civil rights movement.
Yes. It's still within me. Okay, I can still do this.
When must all men register for the Selective Service?
18. I think. It's gotta be 18.
At age
Yep.
18.
Okay. We're on a roll. We're on a roll.
Where is the Statue of Liberty?
Up your butt. New York.
New York Harbor.
Always California, Crack. Alright, we're moving along. We got the
House of
momentum right now.
Representatives has how many voting members?
Ah! The House of Rep. How many reps are in the House? I want to say like it's in the 400s. 457, 456, 456. 457, 456. Around there, 450 something. 456, 457.
435.
God! God! 7 wrong. I got the wrong number. Alright, at least I got in the 400 mark.
5.
435. Oh, man.
What did Martin Luther King Jr. do?
Civil rights dude. Civil rights movement guy. Getting the blacks to be able to equal right movements. Civil rights movement.
Fought for civil rights.
We got like 7 right, but 1 wrong.
What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment?
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Easy. Freedom of speech, probably.
Religion.
Yep, there you go. Come on.
What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States?
Crack, this is actually one of the questions. This is one of the questions that I actually got on my civics. This is one of the questions that I actually got on my interview. I just chuckled at him. I was like, "You serious?" Okay. Plane flew into a terrorist attack. Best way to describe it. Plane flew into the World Trade Center.
Terrorists attacked the United States.
Who vetoes bills?
9/11? Yeah, Dust. 9/11. It's such a stupid question to ask someone. At least America, I guess. Who vetoes bills? I think it's the president, isn't it? The president. Almost certain it's the president. Yes.
The president.
Miami. You could never get me to live here. It's almost as bad as California. But at the very least, it's basically just California without income tax. But you have to live with the gators and the hurricanes.
Name one branch or part of the government.
Executive, legislative, and executive, legislative, and judicial. Is that it?
Congress.
Oh, Congress is House of... Yeah, it's fine. Congress is House of Representative, yeah. Which is the legislative. That is correct.
How many justices are on the Supreme Court?
9. Easy. Easy.
9.
Almost there, guys.
What is the rule of law?
Rule of the land, the Constitution. You mean? The supreme. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land.
Everyone must
Yeah.
follow the law.
Yeah. Duh.
When was the Constitution written?
This is a tricky one. Usually people would say 1776, but that's the Declaration of Independence. So, Constitution is when it's is when we actually 1783. I probably would get this one wrong. 1783. I don't think it's 76, because Constitution is the rights. So that only happens after we won the war with Britain. So 78. 76? Was it 83? It's either 1778 or 1783. I'm gonna go with 83.
1787.
Oh my god. God, I am so embarrassed. Hey, wrong. I'm only gonna get 2 more. I don't know if I can make it.
Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II?
FDR. Please give me some easy ones. Please give me some easier ones. I need an A. I'll take a 90, okay?
Franklin
FDR.
Roosevelt.
Yep. FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived?
Native Americans. So bad. Up. It's still, compared to the average American grades, which is like in their 70s, I think, getting a high B is pretty good, but for Asian standard, it's not great.
American Indians.
Yeah, Native Americans, yes.
Who was president during World War I?
Oh my god. World War I. Holy shit, this one. Okay. Oh my god. I know it was a man. I don't think he was a good president. Oh my god. I want to say Herbert Hoover. I don't know why that name came onto my head.
One.
I don't know. Hoover. I'm just purely guessing here.
Woodrow Wilson.
Ah, no. Wilson. Damn it. 9. Yeah. I think we're not gonna, I'm not gonna make it. I should have made this a challenge. As in, if I get an A, I get subs. If I don't, then I'll sub to you guys.
Who is the father of our country?
George Washington. That's easy. Maybe I should just relax.
George Washington.
What does the Constitution do?
What kind of freaking questions are these? What does the Constitution do? It's the law of the land. Governs the land. It's the law of the land.
Sets up the government.
There you go. I got that one right.
There were 13 original states. Name 3.
Original states: New York, Massachusetts. Another one. Pennsylvania. New York, definitely. Massachusetts, yep. And Pennsylvania. It's gotta be one of those are the 3. You can even say maybe Delaware.
New Hampshire. New York. New Jersey.
I gotta check this. In Massachusetts, there you go. New York and Pennsylvania. There you go. Maybe I should have done that, crack. I wouldn't mind shaving my head again. Getting tired of having long hair. Oh, yeah, I was right.
Name the U.S. war between the North and the South.
Civil War. Next. This is a dumb question.
The Civil War.
What ocean is on the east coast of the United
Atlantic
States?
Ocean. Come on, come on, come on.
Atlantic Ocean.
I can still get one wrong.
What is one thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for?
He's on the freaking $100 bill. I want to say, what is one thing? Hey, it's one thing because there could be many. He's famous for being on the $100 bill, which is true. That's true. That's true. Okay. He helped write something. Oh my god. One thing Benjamin Franklin is famous for. Oh my god, I really need to go back to school. Okay. One thing he is famous for. Being on the $100 bill. That. But what for? He helped write something with not Thomas Edison, Thomas Jefferson. I am so fucked. Ratify the Constitution? I don't know. Ratify the Constitution.
U.S. diplomat.
Okay, one thing. What is Ben Franklin famous for? He signed document Declaration of Independence, Treaty of Paris, Constitution. Okay. Lucifer, welcome back, man. It's gonna be it's been an interesting stream for me because I'm questioning my own IQ right now. Okay. Securing independence, forming the American government, helps ratify U.S. Constitution. There you go. Yeah, I helped ratify the U.S. Constitution, so I got this one right. I'm taking the U.S. citizenship test, by the way. So far, I got 9 wrong, and I want to get A. Joyriding, 14 is side B. Side? Nice.
The new meal deals only at Taco Cabana.
That place sucks.
What territory did the United States buy from France in
1803? I want to say the Louisiana Purchase, because that's the biggest land purchase we ever had in the United States. Louisiana Purchase? Louisiana Purchase? It's the only one I know.
The Louisiana Territory.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yes. Four-wheeler.
What is the economic system in the United States?
This is another question that I got on my civics test. So, this is easy. I remember the answer. Capitalism. No worries, Lucifer.
Market economy.
Yes, capitalism. Thank you. As in, hey, Lucifer, I'm back on Discord, by the way, if you want to join back in. And this time, I'm definitely going to be more active on there.
Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s.
Oh, please. Too many to name. World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korean War, Cold War. Too many.
World War II.
Yeah. 100 years.
What is the name of the national anthem?
Name of the national anthem. It's not America the Beautiful. Oh shit, what is the name? It's not oh beautiful for stage. This guy. Shit. What's the name of the national anthem? It's not America the Beautiful. Apparently I remember the song and some of the lyrics, but I can't remember the name? Fudge. America the Beautiful. That are oh, say, can you see by the torn learning line? What's so proudly weave and last like the streaming? And the bomb bursting in the air. Oh, say can you Star Spangled Banner? That's right! Star Spangled Banner! Star Spangled Banner! Finally! Yes! And our flag was still. Oh, say can you... Yeah, Star Spangled Banner!
The Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, God!
In what month do we vote for president?
November. Suck it, crack!
November.
What is freedom of religion?
And you're out. That's First Amendment. You can practice whatever religion you want. There you go.
You can practice any religion.
There you go.
Or not practice a religion.
What is the capital of the United States?
What is the capital? Oh, capital. Duh. Washington, D.C. I was like, you mean dollar? For some reason. Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Let's see how many you guys get this right, okay?
How many U.S. senators are there?
50.
100.
I'm a disgrace. 10 wrong. I can't believe I got this one wrong. I can't believe I got such an easy one wrong. I was like, as soon as I said 50, I was like, okay. Fuck. Of course, I got this one wrong. I got some of the harder ones right, but I got the easiest one wrong. 2 cabinet level positions. State and federal.
Level positions.
State, federal. I don't know.
Secretary of Agriculture.
Oh. Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of Education, Secretary of State, whatever. No, I did not get. I never made a bet with you, crack. You should have made that bet.
Who was the first president?
George Washington. Why are you giving me such
George
stupid
Washington.
questions? Only for me to get one wrong.
If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
Vice President.
The Vice
Maybe I'll get a
President.
haircut, crack. Does that satisfy you? Although, shit, it would cost money.
We elect a U.S. senator for how many years?
I'm pretty sure it's 6. Senator is 6. Yeah.
6.
So technically, I'm still in the 90s, okay? That's
Name
still an
one
A.
American
It's A minus.
Indian tribe in the United States.
Comanche? That's the only one that I remember. One Indian tribe. Comanche?
Cherokee.
One Amer. Okay, Native American tribe. Yeah, there you go. Comanche. I got this one right.
Why do some states have more representatives than other states?
Population. They have more people.
The real ones know.
I am so
Stepping in
flabbergasted at how bad I
is
am at
becoming
this
part of
test.
an
Because of the state's population.
What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States?
Everyone living in the United States, right to a speedy trial, I believe. The right to remain silent. Of everyone living in the United States. The pursuit of happiness. I believe. Maybe. I'll think about that, crack. Living in the United States. Speed trial. Everyone has a right to a speedy trial. And the right to pursue happiness, to pursue life, liberty, and freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. I'll say those 2.
Freedom of expression.
There you go.
Freedom of speech.
Name 2 national U.S. holidays.
July 4th and Thanksgiving. Yeah. Unless you count Martin Luther King's Day, President's Day.
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah, it's fine. Christmas. Yep, it's fine.
Who is the governor of your state now?
Well, I'm in Texas, so it's Greg Abbott. I know that.
Answers will vary. District.
Yep.
What is the capital of your state?
Austin. Simple.
Answers will vary. District capital. Residents of U.S.
Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now?
Ted Cruz.
Has no U.
Your U.S. representative.
My U.S. representative? I know Cruz, but which one is one of my U.S. state representative? Texas state representative. Dan Crenshaw? Okay, there we go. I just know Dan Crenshaw. There we go. Alright, there's too many to choose from. Oh, there he is. Guy with the eye patch. Alright, thankfully I got that one right.
Answers will vary. Provide territory.
Oh! I'm done. Well, that was interesting. I got 10 wrong. So I got a 90. Is that good? By my standards, not really. I was expecting a 95 or something. But compared to the average Americans, I'm guessing I did pretty well for it. I'm sure if I submit my video to the immigration firm, I think they will probably say that I would pass no problem. Definitely. After all, they are trying to rewrite the education system where a simple 60 out of 100 is considered passing. 10 on the mark. 10. Hey, I did not bring honor to my family, but at least I did not bring disgrace. A is still an A. An A minus is still an A, okay, guys? And some of those questions were weird. And there were some legit I did not know, and some I just could not believe I did not get. Like the Emancipation Proclamation, duh. And the other one was the US Senate. I was like, duh, 100. Of course. Why did I get that one wrong? So yes, no shame, but no honor. Hope you guys had a good time at least. And thank you, Crack, for coming in. Every time you come in, good things happen. More people showing up. Although I'm not so sure people would find this interesting because it is just me taking a test. But we'll be back later and we'll watch some YouTube videos and doing a lot more talking and cooking. Crack, let me know if you're actually interested in cooking. Because it really is just me like this. Here, I'll show you my cook stove top right here. I can either, this is the console, I don't have it on right now, and this is my stove. So the camera angle is not correct, but this is the stove. Here you go. I can literally reach across a stove and start cooking like this, while also typing on my computer while looking at chat. I think this is a pretty unique way of cooking. You know, I think this is pretty cool. And I'd rather just chat with you guys while cooking at the same time. So, Crack, give me some topics. Like today, the new guy, Shirt was it? Coming in to learn my culture, have a good chat with me. And it was fun. You are. We're not doing those kind of cooking, okay? We're not doing the illegal kind of cooking, just saying, Crack. And of course, you guys are welcome to join me on Discord voice if you like. Don't worry, since it's only one pan, I'm gonna cook something simple. Like a piece of salmon, or steak, or pork chop. Anything that is pretty simple. So there's really not a recipe. It's just, so you think of it as background noise. Well, that was fun for me. I don't think I want to take another test. I don't think I want to take a test again. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I had fun. Hopefully you guys did too. I don't know how many of these tests you guys I would take next, but maybe we could do something a little bit more fun test. Kind of like a, like how gay am I test, you know? You never know. Crack, I gotta go, man. I gotta take my dog out. You know how it is. Gotta take care of my old, my new little puppy. I love you, man. You take care, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.